Welcome to the Bears on Tap Offensive Line Film Room, bringing you all 22 views and breakdowns on the Chicago Bears offensive line. Presented by Quentin Q. Crisco and the one and only Ron Luce.
And welcome back. My name is Quentin Crisco. We got to fix that view there. I am joined by Mr. Ron Luce. Ron, how are you doing this fine evening?
Q, I'll tell you what, man, I'm doing good. We talked a little bit about it Monday night in our post-game show after the Chicago Bears claimed victory over the Washington Commanders about how excited we were about tonight's show. And I'm happy it's here, sir. I'm always thrilled to get on the microphone with you, my friend, my fellow O-line enthusiast, and break down some ball, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. It's interesting because as I was cutting all this stuff up, getting through all the details of it, it's like, man, it's almost like when everything is good, there's just not quite as much to talk about. It feels like, so it's like I had a hard time being like, should this play stay in? Should it not? Like the whole, like I had 5 minutes worth of plays of just like pure tape. I cut it down to 2 minutes and 22 seconds. That usually 2.5 minutes usually gets us over an hour, somewhere hour and a half. So like I figured that was good, but like we'll see. I'm sure we'll find some interesting talking points, but man, a lot of it was really clean and really, really nice to see.
And I'll tell you what, Q, that makes my heart smile, man. That makes me smile because it's been years, I think, since we can genuinely say that the Chicago Bears O-line's in a good enough place where we don't have things to bitch about on tape.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, there's always stuff you can nitpick on. And like Scott says here in the comments, the Theo coming out episode, there's some nice stuff in here from Theo. There's also some stuff that makes me go like, so I'm going to pump the brakes a little on like this being a starter answer long-term. But like in my mind, I'm looking at it. I'm like, if Theo is your sixth offensive lineman for the next 3-4 years and can back up 4 different positions, that is an outstanding outcome from a UDFA, right? And that's something that I'm very excited about. And that's something that I think he can fill the more I've watched to him. Like, I'm not sure I want him to be your answer at left tackle long-term, but like for the rest of this year, that is your answer. But like, if we go into next year with him as your sixth offensive lineman, I feel really good about that depth. And, you hope they can add another guy who can provide similar depth, but like, because I was talking with my buddy Robert Schmitz, and he was like, "Yeah, shout out to Robert." And he says that he thinks in today's NFL, you probably need 7 offensive linemen who you trust to play, and I feel like that's a very accurate statement.
I'll tell you right now, Q, from my research, you can never have enough healthy O-linemen that you trust. It's a great problem to have 7, 8 guys that you firmly say, no matter which combination of these 8 players are in the football game, we have a chance to win. If you're able to find that, that's huge, man. Absolutely huge. So I agree. Robert's 100% correct. I think in today's NFL, with the amount of injuries piling up, especially on O-lines, we see it across the league year in and year out. You need at least 7 guys that you trust in any given football game as a starter. Maybe 8, honestly. Like it's getting to the days where all 3 of your backups that you carry on your game day roster need to be guys that you somewhat trust.
They're going to play.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's more the question of like, what is even feasible? Like, it's so hard to find 5 guys, let alone 6 or 7. And right now they look like they have a UDFA contract that's really valuable because it could be your 6th guy going forward. And, that's how, if your goal is to win a Super Bowl in Caleb's rookie contract, you need to find that guy, right? 100%. Like your odds are, if Theo Benedet is your 6th starter in your Super Bowl window, he's going to be playing in the Super Bowl. Odds are one guy will go down in that span. And if he can back up four positions, odds are he's going to be playing in that game.
Well said, sir. Well said.
So let's go ahead and jump in on this. So this was the first play of the game, and Ron, something that stood out to me is I want you to watch 5-4 here, and that's good old Bobby Wagner.
Dog.
Because we're gonna
Dog.
see the Bears had some issues a few times in this game where I think one of the things that makes Dan Quinn's defense difficult is you're never quite sure who the end man in the line of scrimmage is, because sometimes it's Frankie Louvu right here. Sometimes Frankie Louvu's dropping. You never quite know, and that creates, like, when you have Cole Kmet motion across here and trying to kick out the end man on the line of scrimmage. If Frankie Louvu's all the way over here, there's no one to kick out, and suddenly your numbers are wrong.
Yeah.
Kind of what we see happen right here, I think, but I want to get your take on it.
Yeah. Yeah, so we see this a lot more in the NFL than you do at other levels, where that tight end will come in motion and kind of serve as like a backside trap almost.
Yeah.
That's you see it sometimes in collegiate football, but definitely it's more of a pro concept. And I mean, to me, this just looks like a good old, I don't even know. I'll be brutally honest with you. It's kind of, I'll tell you what, this is the second week in a row now that Ben Johnson has thrown some like things you got to watch a couple times. Remember our triple trap of last week? Or I guess of 2 games ago, but of last week's show. Like, things you hadn't seen before. This just feels almost like a man-on-man blocking scheme is really what it looks like. Because of how they're lined up, they have their assignments all over the place. Because, like, Joe Thuney having to jump out effectively on a safety, it feels like maybe, like you said, maybe the numbers were wrong. And it was just an awkward adjustment based on the blocking scheme. Because it's kind of what it seems like here. It really does feel like a 1-for-1 with Wright just swinging back and taking away the backside guy. And then Kmet's coming through just to clean up any garbage.
Right. And I guess my thought was Kmet's taking the end man. And in this case, it actually is 92 here instead of the planned number 4. And it just kind of, it screws up their numbers. And the reason I said, let's watch Bobby Wagner is because Wagner's the guy who effectively closes this play off, because Swift sees him in the hole. Is like, well, I can't go there because no one's blocking him.
Yeah.
So, like, to me, if they looked at 92 as end man and you have Cole Kmet hitting him and you have Darnell coming down at 94 and Jackson coming up to, or like probably climbing up to Wagner, that is the, hindsight way that it looks like it should work. But with the mystery of, is Louvu the end man here or is he not? I think that kind of screws it up. And I watched this a lot of times trying to figure this out.
I also wonder if there's something that gets missed based on the lack of movement with the motion.
Okay.
Because I believe that's Zacchaeus coming across the formation back there. The way they kind of bump this, like Louvu doesn't, I think they're expecting somebody to vacate the box or vacate at least outside the tackle boxes because of that motion. And typically you see that, right? Because even if it's zone, a lot of defenses will still bump, right? Or if it's man, you'll have somebody chase. I really wonder if the lack of guys potentially, I think it's just they had the numbers in the right places and they had the right gap assignments that it took away anybody's ability to climb to Bobby Wagner.
So is your thought that number 0 jumping in the hole here and effectively taking Thuney with him killed the climb to Wagner? Is that kind of where your head's at?
100%. So this is something that football, like, to me, this is a lot newer in football. This wasn't like, this isn't your traditional 3-4. It's not your traditional 4-3. Mm-hmm. The terminology I've used for it personally is Campbell front, where Your outside backers are plussed outside the tackle box, just like they are here.
Mhm.
All your guys are crashing and trying to just compress the line of scrimmage. And the idea is you want to spill everything to your middle linebacker. They want to keep him clean.
Right.
That's the concept of that Campbell front. And that's kind of what I think this is here is they're doing exactly what they're trying to do. Just spill everything, right? Occupy bodies. And you we're getting into the best all-time territory, I think, with Bobby Wagner. I think that's a respectable conversation to be had. You let one of those guys who's still this good at his age roam free, he's going to make a play. And I think it's exactly what Dan Quinn wanted to design here based on just kind of how this shakes out. Because, again, Luvu doesn't bump outside, further than he has to. There's nobody if this is play action, Zacchaeus is wide open.
Yeah,
and
right.
Because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Ron,
7, 8, 9.
I bet you, I would bet you money that Washington gets this same look from whoever they play next week, and it's play action. And
Bingo, baby.
And Zacchaeus is wide, and whoever that would be on another offense is wide open if they play this the same way.
Yeah, because here's your backside corner now coming into frame number 2 on the right side of the screen. If he's out there, 39 is the last guy that can make the play.
Yeah.
That's a chunk play. That's probably a touchdown play for somebody if they're inside the 50.
Yeah. Interesting.
I'd be running that next week against whoever has the Commanders. I haven't seen the schedule. I haven't looked. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Q. It's because to me, they're telling you we don't give a rat's ass about your motion. We know you're running the football, and we're just going to bet on it.
And then you have Scott in the comments saying it's probably a block in the back on both Thuney and Rome. I think it's close enough.
There's no blocks in the backs, and
they're blocking the right direction. They're pushing them the right way, and it's not blatant in the back. So I'm like, I'm not worried about that.
I'll tell you this too. If you watch where Rome's first are at the line of scrimmage, there really isn't blocks in the back.
Right.
That doesn't really happen in the trenches. So like you come into that territory, you're free game. If anything, I would argue a hold before blocking the back on Thuney.
Well, it's really just you can't block towards the quarterback, right? Like if you if you try to push a guy backwards. But then that gets weird with tackles too, who are riding guys up the pocket. So
there's you can tell though. Like there's the times where you can immediately say it and like, oh, okay, yeah, that's sketchy, and it might get called back on a hold. But if you watch where Rome's hands are, they're right on 20's hip. That's beautiful because Q, you've heard me tell it. The key to moving guys, especially when you're on the side of them, is getting on their hip.
Hand placement matters.
And Rome nails it perfectly here because he effectively fires number 20 out of this gap.
Yeah. Well, and if number 0 doesn't come on this blitz, I have to think, and I still hitter. Partially think that if Swift cuts this inside, right this way,
yeah,
he's all the way up to number 2, and it's one-on-one with number 2 there. Yeah. But 0 number 0 kind of makes that a lot harder by hitting that running lane so quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Ben Johnson just continuing to throw things at me that I've never seen.
And then we had a New England Bears fan in the chat asking us, well, thank you for watching the show, first of all.
Appreciate it.
Asking, do we think that Theo leans too far forward in his pass sets? And we'll get to that some in this, but
yes,
we had a lot of discussion about this last week, though, where it's kind of he does, but if he doesn't, he's gonna lose. So it's kind of a if it works kind of thing.
He's also just like we talked a little bit about last week. He's so much torso,
yeah,
that he kind of gets away with it because he's huge.
Yeah, he's 6'7" with short legs, which helps. It is part of the reason his anchor is so impressive because it's just so easy for him to access it. But also maybe the shortest arms of any offensive tackle in the NFL right now. But like you said, he gets away with it because his torso is so long, and he does that leaning, that forward lean. in a lot of his sets. It costs him in recovery, without a doubt. But he is also precise enough so far that he's doing okay with it. So as long as his margin for error is thin, but as long as he is like Johnny on the spot, like he has been, I think he'll be okay. It's just tough to, once he faces some more like elite edge rushers, is where it's going to become more and more noticeable. Like the guys who can win with power and speed, those guys might be trouble. But like they're trouble for everybody.
Right. His biggest key is he needs to get his hands on guys first. If he does, he's usually okay. If he doesn't, that's where we're going to see issues.
Let's see how he does right here.
Oh, yeah. Lean into him.
Yeah. Like that is not what anyone is teaching.
No.
You know?
No. I can promise you nobody's teaching that.
But if it works, we're just at the point with like Braxton wasn't working out there. If it works, it works, you know? Like,
yeah. If you can get away with it and he's not probably not going to wow anybody, but he's going to get the job done. And at this level, that's kind of what you're looking for.
I mean,
I love these. He
just leaves his feet to take the guy out. Like, he doesn't even actually take the guy out. The guy just kind of stiff arms him down. But like, it's just it's borderline hysterical, some of the reps, but like he's effective so far.
Yeah, he really is, man. It's so unorthodox, but for some reason, for him, it works. I'll only start questioning it heavily when it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm at with it too. And I did knock him on this rep because I thought he got beat outside and then kind of gets faced into the ground there. But
1,000%. He would get a bad grade from me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
but
so
Q, I'm a stickler for technique, man.
Yeah.
Stickler for it. I know you are too, but like
I'm still learning it. That's the thing.
We're sticklers. We're sticklers. Hey, I'll tell you what, man. I've learned more about O-line technique, like in the little intricacies, in the little details of it, doing this show. Just because you get the reps of watching these elite athletes do it, and you're like, "Ooh, I never thought about the fact you could punch like that." But again, these guys are freaks, so they can.
Oh, this was one of the screens.
This is the screen that I still swear that Swift should have gone to the sideline because Jonah Jackson's trying to set him up that way. I saw that one live and I was like, "Oh, damn it!"
Yeah, my buddy who played O-line at West Texas A&M, he texted me during this game. He's like, "Is Swift blind?"
Yeah. Dude.
So the first thing I want to point out in this rep is Drew Dalman. I think he does an excellent job setting this screen up. And this is, again, we've talked about why did you pay Drew Dalman? This rep is why you pay Drew Dalman, because he can one, get in the way before the pass is out, and two, swivel his hips around, use the guy's momentum against him, and just get right in position there. That's not something every center in the NFL can do, and it's something that he is good at.
It's hard to do, man, because you have to, in order to do that, you have to have such control of the pass rep. Like just physically being in control to be like, all right, watch this, whee, and just swivel your hips like that, because you have to time it almost. Your hands have to be in a certain spot. There's an incredible amount of precision that's required to execute that move successfully.
Yeah, so that's the first thing I really liked in this rep. And then second, we see Thuney and Jonah Jackson both just get out in space, hit their spots. And Ron, I went through this, and so he has the stutter right here, right? And like when he plants this left foot right here, I think he should be cutting left. I'm with you, towards the sideline, or cutting to his right. He should be.
There's a lot of green over there.
Bouncing it right out here, because like, yeah, there's no one. There's a whole lot of junk to try to get up through here.
And if you watch where Jonah Jackson's head placement is on this,
it's the second week in a row where we've discussed where Jonah Jackson is set up versus where Swift takes it, and it makes Jonah kind of look bad if you're not thinking it through.
I'll be honest with you, though. I do think Jonah Jackson overruns Bobby Wagner a little bit. Like, I think his positioning is a little off, and it's off just enough where it might have caused, because Swift starts to plant. I think Swift's first read is Thuney
Oh, okay.
to come back maybe inside, or maybe that's just where his eyes go. And because he sees Thuney cover up Luvu, I think he's thinking he can beat Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner, by just not moving, makes the play.
Mm-hmm.
But that's veteran. That's Bobby Wagner, right? Not every rookie linebacker in the NFL is just going to sit like that. They're going to panic. They're going to be like, I got to get around this offensive guard. What do I do?
A rookie linebacker with patient feet. You know how rare that is?
Yeah. Like here, Bobby Wagner just sits and goes, I'm going to let Jonah Jackson's momentum
I'm going to let those 330 pounds fly by me.
make him wrong. Yeah, literally make him wrong. And that's what happens here. Like, I know this is an offensive line show. This is just elite stuff by Bobby Wagner.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so we'll get to the next one here. I don't recall what it is, but we will find out. Run play. Oh, this one.
I think they're more fun when we don't watch them because it's just raw reaction.
So, yeah, let's see what your thoughts are here.
Oh boy, where did he come from? Oh,
we talked about why you paid Drew Dalman. This is almost why you paid Drew Dalman, and it turns into why you question it because this is the second or third game in a row where he's had at least one of these. And part of it is he gets tripped up by Jackson there, but like that's also you got to know the guys you're playing with and where their feet are going to be, you know?
Yeah, I also think Dalman this is just not good aiming points. Like he's way out in front of Newton, right? I think that's Johnny Newton.
I thought Newton was 94, but he might be 95. I think, or is that 96?
Yeah, I can't tell. Those jerseys make it hard to tell who's who. But regardless, I mean, he just kind of picks it up, puts it down. You can almost – it's like Dalman almost just gets too far out in front.
He's had a habit of this so far.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's something to be said with his size because he thinks he needs to get to those. Yeah. Dalman looks like Shelton on that play.
And Scott, do you remember our free agent preview for Dalman? I preach there are going to be times where you're saying this is Coleman Shelton.
Mm-hmm.
He's a lot better than Coleman Shelton in the run game overall, but like in the pass game, he's definitely an upgrade, but it's not like a massive upgrade. But like he's the same archetype as Shelton. He's going to have some of the same weaknesses, and his strengths are the same but better. I guess like it was always kind of. I remember very distinctly saying on that show like. You're paying an upgrade version of Coleman Shelton if you pay Drew Dalman. I'm for it, but like we need to know what we're getting into here. He brings a lot to the table from an IQ standpoint, from handling the calls, getting everyone communicating with the whole line, everything that's happening. Mm-hmm. But like from a pure execution standpoint, he is an undersized center of the same ilk.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yeah, just gets a little too far out in front. And I'll be honest with you, like I wonder if this is a situation where the D tackle almost being late off the ball benefits him. Timing's such a weird thing in the NFL, man. And like sometimes it just happens.
Right. So yeah, he's so late and Dalman's already thinking, so I got to get on the other side of this 2-eye, right?
Yeah, and 92's Armstrong, right? Like Armstrong's already out of his set and moving by the time that the D tackle is even starting to fire off the football.
And the D tackle does cut inside some with that lateness, which makes Dalman's aiming point overset at that point.
Right. Because you're almost expecting him to flow with the motion of the running back getting the football. And if that was the case, this would probably be a pretty good block for Dalman. So you almost wonder.
That's got to be Newton, because one of Newton's strengths at Illinois was his patience in some ways.
Yeah,
he was talented enough that he could play to read, and then bound, and like he processed quickly enough that he could get away with playing that way. And that's exactly what he's doing here. He's reading it out, waiting for the O-line to make the first move, and then adjusting off of it.
Yeah,
trying to make them wrong with their own decisions. Like that's one of the reasons I love Newton coming out in that draft.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and you see why the Commanders invested that kind of draft capital. I mean, he was a high second round pick, even with all the injury concern, It's really the only reason he dropped in the draft.
Yeah,
People
he
had
would have
him
been
as a
top
10 pick.
15 easily, probably top 10 if not for the injuries.
So yeah, again, that's the thing. Like everybody wants to be like, well, just blame the old line. It's like, yeah, but some of these, like, these are the best D linemen in the world, man. Like they're
That's the
gonna
reason we
win
do this
too.
show, Ron, to try to fight back, just to blame the O line statements.
Blame the O line, man. I'll tell you what, it's a crux that the only people that truly blame the O line are people that don't understand the O line.
Exactly. But otherwise, on this wrap, I mean, I think Jackson and Wright are doing good. Thuney is in good shape as always. I really think Benedet does a great job getting over on Wagner there. It was just the Thuney block that kind of let this all unravel. Which interesting move here. We're bringing eggs over and then through the A gap up to Wagner.
Yeah,
who's over here by then. Just an interesting concept.
I think the reason they do it, so the term I like that I've used and around coaches that I know have used, this is like a tank call is what we call this.
Okay.
So there's tank, there's Gus, and there's cup, and it's center going, guard going, tackle going. Because this is a bitch of a block, because 96 is almost in a 4-eye.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bitch of a block for a tackle on what looks like a zone run play, right? This is backside of zone. They probably have it in a world where, because they're freak athletes, like, hey, if they give us this look and he's in a 4-eye and the backer's stacked over him, you can cup it or you can tank it and have the tackle go, because that's an easier block for Joe Thuney to make on the backside. So I think that's what's happening here is Thuney and Benedet can communicate and say, hey,
yeah,
well,
it's a lot harder for Benedet to try to get here than it would be for Thuney to just get right here.
Angles, baby. O-line, the offensive line is geometry and physics.
Yeah.
And then again, Bobby Wagner's Bobby Wagner. So it's a bitch of a block for Benedet at the end of the day, but it's probably better because you're worried about the first level. That block takes care of the first level and the backside. You don't have to worry about a first level backside player coming through and making the play. And if Bobby Wagner makes a play, so be it. But he's probably going to have to work through Benedet at that point, and you probably still have 3 to 4 yards if that's the case.
It's a bitch of a block, but where does Wagner end up?
On the ground.
On the ground. And just to clarify, too, because I did drag Dalman a little there. This is one of Dalman's best games as a Bear so far. He was a difference maker in the run game in this game. So, like, I don't want to make it be misconstrued here that Dalman had a bad game, because he didn't. He had a bad rep, and everyone has bad reps.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, Ron, this one, I was a little perplexed, a little confused. Why is Wagner a free runner here? I had a hard time like finding a good answer to this.
Wagner's a free runner because the protection might have been called wrong.
Yeah, okay.
That's my guess. And again, sometimes there's certain blitzes like whether it's Caleb or Dalman, they might be looking at this and saying, hey, because of the numbers, we want to slide to the numbers. That makes sense. You've got 39 down in the box. You've got Luvu on the line of scrimmage. Maybe you just like your numbers over there and you want to protect it that way. And because Bobby Wagner is on that side of the center, you're not expecting them to go to backside, but they have to respect 24. This is also just a great game of trying to keep that middle linebacker clean. And they do it well here because of how they disguise it. In a perfect world, Joe Thuney would see this and kind of pop it down where him and Benedet would slam it down and try to pick up the next guys and let 24 go free, because you'd rather your free guy be coming from the outside, of course.
Out wide like that.
So I think this is just a simple miscommunication. Somebody didn't see Bobby Wagner coming backside A gap, and
Okay.
I guess that would even be play side A gap, truthfully, because
I don't even
Caleb's
remember
head
who I
spins around and
knocked
looks
on
left.
this.
I don't even think you can knock anybody. Maybe Thuney. I mean,
I
but
think
even
I did
then,
knock
like,
Thuney on this, and I think I had an easy time knocking him on it because it's a rare poor rep from him.
oh yeah, well he gets blown up in the process
Yeah.
too. But I would make the argument that he maybe should be coming over and trying to get whacked again. This is all in a split second, right? It's
Yeah.
easy to sit here and Monday morning quarterback this, but I think
I mean,
that's
it
what you
could
would
just
want to
be
happen.
this ball's going to be out fast, and we know it, so just hit big on big, you know?
Yeah, and they're more worried about the again line of scrimmage taking care of the front, and guys that blitz from depth naturally take longer. So yeah, if you know the ball's going to be out, you're banking on beating the rush. And kudos to Bobby Wagner, he still gets a piece of Caleb,
Yeah.
albeit after the throw. Again, because Bobby Wagner's just like that, man. He's what, almost 40 years old?
Yeah.
And he's still playing at like a
He's
super
different.
high
He's just
level.
different.
He is different, man. That's why I said I think he's up there in the conversation of like all-time greats just because of his longevity and how good he's been for so long.
Ron, with advancements in modern technology, if Brian Urlacher's career started when Bobby Wagner's did, how long do you think Urlacher could have played?
Oh, probably close. That dude could have played a long time too. Because also the thing I think a lot of people forget, like Urlacher was so big, he didn't really take bad hits. Like he delivered the bad hits, but because he was such a Tampa 2 middle linebacker, like he was in coverage a lot, right? Like he probably could have held up a lot longer if his body could have held up.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, even after he'd lost some speed, like I mean, we don't have to get into a Bears emotional history check here, but like
It's Bears
you know,
nostalgia.
when the Bears let him walk, he was still a good player, you know,
Sure,
like just from the mental aspect and what he brought to you. Like he was in coverage, he probably wasn't that different than what Bobby Wagner is right now, you know. But Bobby Wagner, they condensed the area for him, you know. He's not a Tampa 2 linebacker out there nowadays. He's a more of a thumper.
I'll tell you what, too, man. If you really think about it, like toward the end of Urlacher's career was kind of the start of kind of opening up like spread offenses at the pro level. So I wonder if there was some of that, of just the timing of it. They're like, oh, is this guy going to be able to hang out in coverage? Because now you look at it, the NFL's starting to condense things down a lot more again, while still keeping it spread. So like, you know, you would wonder if like Brian Urlacher, as he aged, if things were starting to condense down. Yeah, maybe he doesn't have this quite the same speed, but his short area speed would still make a difference enough where he could still play at an elite level. Again, it's a fun question of what if, but
yeah,
man, but Bobby Wagner's just different. I want to know what he puts in his Kool-Aid in the morning because I need some of that.
All right, let's keep this going. Let's see what this next play's got for us here. Take it slow.
Is this the triple trap again? Oh no. Okay.
No, it's just play action. I think this was just a beautifully blocked play for the most part. I think he's thrown into double coverage down there for Rome, but
like they just do so much weird shit. Like that on like at that moment frozen like that, you wouldn't consider that good.
Right.
But because it's just, you know what some of it also is too, Q? And it's kind of what I enjoy about Ben Johnson's offense. The best way to help your O-line is just create a big pile of shit.
They do that.
And they do. Like a lot of these plays just create a pile of shit. It's like, yeah, you guys are going to run into each other and it's going to take these guys out. And like, that's okay. It's going to look ugly as shit, but it's going to work.
Yeah. And Scott says A+ for Theo here. I agree. Awesome rep from Theo on this. He really shows off that core strength and core flexibility that he has, and his anchor is just so accessible. It's really impressive. But the bend that he gets through his back to absorb the power and just kind of get upright from the lunge position to the upright position, that's a lot of strain on your back. Like the dude's doing some Pilates or something, because like he's got a lot of flex back there. And then I liked the rep from Wright as well. as we've said many times with Wright, it's not always the prettiest looking thing, but man, it's like he is in complete control of this rep from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
And the interior just kind of mucks it up. Like, I mean, they're just like you said, they're just
Pile of
creating a
shit,
pile
baby.
of crap.
Just a big old pile of shit. Well, they're actually running a stunt here too. I think that helps
Yeah.
create the pile of shit. Because it's actually not a badly run stunt, but just by the time it gets done, like Caleb gets rid of the football.
Yeah, you're at 2.8 seconds and Caleb's like already scanning the field. It's too late. And shout out to Manungai. Good protection from Manungai right here.
This is a great play. I'll tell you what, Q. Again, I know this is an O-line show. I consider running backs an extension of the offensive line, as we've discussed here, especially in pass protection. And I'll tell you what, I think Kyle Manungai has been one of the players over these first 4 weeks that has grown the most from week 1 to now, because he looks like a different back. He's starting to pick it up. He's starting to learn. They're trusting him in a lot more situations now. And I think that's also what allows them to keep DeAndre Swift fresh.
Yeah.
We talked about it on Sunday. Swift touched the ball, 16 times this game and had like 160 yards of scrimmage yards, right? I think it was something of that nature. He had 100 yards rushing. I know that for sure. And then he had another 62 yards, I believe, in the pass game.
Let's see.
He's still only 26.
I'm curious how it shakes out to his previous games.
Yeah, 108.
So 20, 15, 16, 18, 16. So it's about the same amount of
same
touches. Let's see how the snaps look though. Because the snap counts might tell a different story too.
Yeah, definitely. Because if the snap counts are decreasing.
Oh, I thought they had snap counts. Maybe it's under regular game logs where they have snap counts.
Might be.
Yeah, there we go. So many ads.
Go away, go away.
Yeah, so
actually
in week 1 he played a ton, but like this week it was like on par with where it's been since week 1, I guess.
Yeah, but again, I just think Manungai he's just come around so much more. And you can see it just in
agreed
how they're operating on the offensive side.
Well, and we were talking in last week's show that like we expect to see Manungai's role continue to grow because he has showed through the first 4 games he showed growth in pass pro. He did have a few this week where I think they put a lot more on him in this game. He did have a few where I was like Manungai might have made a mistake there, but like he showed to be much more capable than we saw early in the year, and I think that's going to continue to grow from here.
Yeah, definitely holding his own a lot more.
Yeah,
by each passing game.
So we got another pass play here.
Is this the screen? Yes, it is. Oh no,
is it?
It's not.
No, I don't think so.
It's not. I got all excited. I saw Manungai slip out.
I mean, Manungai was open, but like Caleb hits DJ here for a really nice gain. So like,
oh yeah, this is the crossing route with him and Zacchaeus, and as soon as they cross, he hits DJ coming out of the window. Yeah, I remember this there.
Yeah, nice chip from Loveland on the right side as the viewer next to the left tackle. But the thing that I really liked from this rep was Darnell Wright. How he, like, you see, I think it's number 39. Looks like he kind of gives it a pseudo like drop and then comes. And Wright is able to help Jackson with the initial contact there and then still get wide enough to pick up the defensive back who's coming. He makes it look so easy here. I don't think that's easy.
It's not. I can promise you right now, it's not. A lot of like young offensive linemen struggle with this too.
Yeah.
Like this is not an easy rep. Even D1 college players struggle with this. But that's how you're taught. Like if there's a guy coming from depth, the longer you can stay on and help a guard who's coming over an entire gap because you're getting out wide, the better. Like that, this is like teach tape type stuff right here, man, from Darnell Wright. Like the next cool clinic with Dan Rochar is going to feature this.
Yeah.
Because this is textbook. You help your guard who's got a bitch of a block on literally a freaking wide 7, wide 9 here.
Way out there.
And then you have to get out even wider as the tackle because you got a corner coming on a blitz or a DB regardless coming on a blitz. and you guys are able to stand them up, pass them off, and clean that up and just completely wall off that entire right side, that's a work of art, man. That is teach tape shit for you young football players out there. That's awesome.
Ron, do you know who 99 is for Washington?
No, but he's a big boy.
He's a player, man. Like I'm gonna look this up because
Back to the Google machine.
Because I just noticed his name or his number a lot going through this tape, and the whole time I was kind of like, "Who is it?" It's Kinlaw. Okay,
Yeah, Kinlaw's a dude,
Kinlaw's
man.
playing good football right now.
I'll tell you what, that was a signing in this offseason that I like kind of perked my ears up, and I was like, I like that move. I think Kinlaw was the player. Like, he was good in San Francisco. I think just like he was a little banged up and he's kind of maybe been misused. And Dan Quinn gets the most out of his defensive linemen. Like, you lost Jonathan Allen, Chase Young, and Montez Sweat in the last handful of
3
years.
years,
And like
2 years, something
they
like that.
still have a nasty D line.
Yeah,
that's super deep too. On top of it,
yeah, that's really their strength is in their depth. Like they don't like Payne is probably the biggest name on that D line, but like they just run like 8 deep. They're old, like Dan Quinn's a Legion of Boom guy, like and that's what the Legion of Boom was. They didn't have some like star on the D line. They just had such a deep rotation.
You had Michael Bennett, and those kind of guys. Yeah,
fresh.
Right, exactly.
All right, so we got another play action look. Bears did not have many true pass sets in this game. I think that they were really, really trying to like play worst case scenario with Theo, basically being like a lot of quick passes, a lot of play action. We're trying to avoid true dropbacks and a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, and just we talk about an offensive line friendly scheme. Pass pros, a lot of screens, all that kind of stuff makes it super O-line friendly.
Yeah. And Ron, did you catch on what this play is?
It's a screen. It's a tight end screen. And it did not work well.
No.
I remember
that. Do tight end screens ever work?
Only when the Kansas City Chiefs run with Travis Kelce. That's honestly the only team that I've like successfully seen tight end screens work with.
So what do you think goes wrong here? Because like Scott's the comment saying he loves Kmet on this play. I think Kmet's fine. He pushes this guy upfield, does a good job with that, and he's ready for the ball. It looks like they've got numbers down here, but like, is it a vision thing? Is it a ability thing to cut it outside? Is it you think Jackson should be, or not Jackson, Wright should be further inside?
Yeah, I think Darnell Wright maybe could have given him more of a two-way go than trying to like fully seal off the outside. I bet you they want him to get outside here. And like, let's be honest, Cole Kmet's not a tight end screen guy. He really never has been. So this is probably new for him. And there might be some of that vision you talk about where he doesn't see that big green patch of grass on the outside there and isn't able to turn it up. Because I'll tell you what, if he's able to stutter step it, maybe be a little patient, or if he's not maybe if he gets a little deeper into the backfield, he's able to see that green grass and take it to the outside and get a big gain. I'll tell you what, man, it's really heartbreaking when you watch these type of plays back and it's like one little thing keeps it from being a huge play because you can see it and it's just like, oh no, bitch,
And Scott's in the comments saying that Jonah Jackson gives up on the most important block too early. I don't remember it, but we're going to watch it right now. So here's what I thought happened here, because I remember this. I remember thinking through this and like watching it a few times. I think that asking Jackson to get out here is really tough.
Yes.
And you have Monungai coming down. Monungai is trying to force 52 inside to Jackson here.
100%.
And that just doesn't happen.
No, I think what happened, like the intention of this play is to get Monungai to get a piece of him so Jackson can get a piece of him. Again, you make it offensive. So here's why the Ben Johnson offense is so like O-line friendly. Because on almost any given play, you're getting more than just your 5 down involved in blocking. Especially in play action, the running back is asked to block often. This is the type of play where you're probably just asking the running back, hey, get a stalemate, and Jackson's coming to help you clean it up.
Yeah.
And it's just also a good play by 52. He gets upfield like a bat out of hell, and nobody's able to touch him.
And Scott just mentioned now he's actually talking about Dalman. He had the jersey wrong. So let's see what Dalman looks like here. He's one of the guys leading the screen out. So let's see. So it's on Wagner. That's why it's the most important block. It's on Wagner. And yeah, it seems to me they're trying to set up that outside alley. Like that's what I'm reading it as.
They're 100% trying to set up the outside alley. That's what you can tell based on the play design. Because as you watch Thuney to come down too on kind of that rat kill is what he's there. He's there just to clean up shit so they can get the outside.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this whole play is designed to hit outside. Because even like if you watch Theo Benedet's block too, he's getting to Luvu's.
He's cutting shoulder off, yeah.
Because they want to get that outside alley.
Okay. Yeah, so basically, I think we're just looking at potentially some movement limitations with Kmet, but also maybe just some seeing red, I have the football, I'm going to run through somebody type syndrome too, which you kind of get when you've asked the guy to bulk up and block this much.
You know who I bet you any level of money is going to run one of these before the season's over? Colson Loveland.
Loveland. This is a Loveland play 100%.
Yeah, that is.
He has that different movement ability.
Mm-hmm. It's coming. You got to put it on tape. Got to make people see it with Kmet. So that way when Loveland's in the game, you let down your guard a little bit.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Von Miller retires this week because Darnell Wright just ate his lunch all night long.
Good.
Which he's not the same Von Miller he was, but like the guy does have 4 sacks on the year coming into this game. Like
he's still effective. Even
Darnell Wright was just shutting him down, man. Look at where Von Miller ends up on this play. That is nearly 10 yards behind the quarterback. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I was so excited watching Darnell Wright's tape on this week.
And Darnell Wright's just so powerful too that he's able to. As he gets your hands on you, you're done.
Yeah.
And on this rep, he gets him on that hip, and he's just riding Miller. Like when you're trying to run and cut inside, and somebody's pushing on your hip, like you can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
You're just helpless, and that's what happened. It's a great rep, man. It's a great rep.
I did knock Theo on this one because we had the comment earlier from it was like New England Bears fan, I think it was, about Theo's lunging.
Uh-huh.
This is one where he pays for it.
Yup.
He can't recover from that. From like once he's in this position, he's locked in it pretty much. And 52 knows that. And 52 says, "I'll take that inside door." Theo slows it down as much as he can, but like it's still impacting the throw within 3 seconds, like which I don't love to see.
Agreed.
But again, it's manageable. Like you're not dead because of that. But like it's not ideal either. And that's where like the idea of Theo being a long-term answer at left tackle starts to become I'm much more hesitant about. But this in relief of your starter, I'll take that all day.
1,000%. You said it best. I just can't.
And the entire interior holds up well. I mean, Thuney is just a rock star on this rep, just handling business one-on-one to let Jackson and Dalman handle what is that to handle Kinlaw over there, 99. Overall, good rep around it. The main negative here was Theo, but like I think I talked enough about like it's not that big a negative for what I'm considering his role to be.
100%. Hell of a play by Caleb too to get rid of that ball.
We're back to the run game.
Yeah.
Ron, I want you to watch something beautiful, man. A tear came to my eye as I was watching Drew Dalman and Joe Thuney execute this combo climb block. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
It's a thing of beauty.
It is. This is textbook. This is teach tape. It's gorgeous.
So good. Oh, it's so good.
You don't get better than that.
No, you don't. You really don't, man. That's as good as it gets.
Like I want to say it was like a year and a half ago. I went down this kick of like watching Jim Mouse McNally's like YouTube clinic, like his coaching clinics on inside zone combo blocks. And I mean, this is exactly what he was teaching. The way that the footwork is working in conjunction, the way that they're creating contact at the initial contact and then sliding off of it, getting up to Bobby Wagner, one of the best run filling linebackers in the game, and just shutting him down out of the play leads to a 15-20 yard run. Like, it's just gorgeous.
Spectacular. It makes me so happy. Good old line play Q is just, it is art, man. It really is. It's just art. Because it's hard and it's abnormal and it's not normal shit that humans are supposed to do.
Right.
But it's just, when it's good, man, this is the type of stuff that'll serenade you to sleep because it's so good.
This is what you pay Dalman for. That, like, I mean, this is a reach for him to get around, and he swings those hips around in position like not many 300-pounders can.
Can we also talk about how late off the football Darnell Wright was?
Yeah. I knocked him on that.
So late off the football. He's still in his stance for a good, 10 frames before the ball's snapped.
Yeah. Not his finest one, but
it kind of works, though.
Yeah, it's okay. Like it ends up, the result isn't bad. You just hope it's not the process that's bad either.
It kind of works.
Yeah.
It does just fine. And I'll tell you what, too. There's also a thing of beauty because so often you see young and inexperienced offensive linemen just want to climb right away and they don't want to take care of the first level and work that first level up to the second level. Because when you're able to keep it tight like this, as Dalman and Thuney do, you catch Luvu in the wash too.
Right. Well, and
so
that's
you're getting a third block because you're able to seal gaps and not allow penetration.
And if Thuney isn't still slowing this down, Dalman probably can't get his hips around.
Yeah.
That is block. The key. It is teamwork. It is a 2-man block to make this work, and they fully execute it. Dalman and Jackson had one or two of these too, where it was just gorgeous. They are really starting to find their stride on these combo blocks, and I'm thrilled to see it and want to see more and more of it because frankly, it's probably the most beautiful thing in the run game in my mind. Like when two guys can work like that.
Definitely. And especially because the D tackle's in a 2-eye. And that's a bitch of a block for a center. An absolute bitch of a block. So, there's instances where you could pin and pull that if you wanted to. Conceptually speaking, it would work. But this is just two technicians knowing damn well. They're like, we got this.
Yeah.
We're going to use this. We're going to work it into Wagner. And maybe we will catch some of the backside guys in the shit.
Like you said with Luvu, they catch him right there. Like, it's beautiful.
Catch him in the shit, man. You make 3 blocks with 2 guys. It doesn't get much better than that, man. And a nice finish by Theo Benedet. I think got a pancake out of it.
Yeah. And let's see. We had someone in the comments. Scott saying that the wide receiver block here is nice as well. And yeah, Rome is doing the work out there, man.
Hey, he's blocking. That's why he's been getting that rock.
Yeah.
He's blocking, man.
Well, at least when the refs allow him to get the rock.
Yeah. I'm still so pissed about that play.
Oh, this is a fun one.
Oh, yeah.
They were so close. Like, I can't. I gave Dalman a good grade here because this is a tough block to reach. But like, if he could just finish him a little better, it's like that's 7. But like I said, it's a good block from him because he jumps up to that second level and latches onto that linebacker. Like, that's not an easy thing to do through the traffic that they've got.
No, and I'll tell you what, Q. I also just love like the amount of misdirection, like old school, like double, triple wing offense type
Mhm.
stuff that the NFL and college are starting to incorporate in like spread offense. It's my favorite fusion of football that exists. Like I'm not even kidding, because as somebody who played in that old double wing offense in high
Right.
school and then played in a spread no huddle offense in college, seeing the two marry is it's really cool. And like this is exactly kind of that. Like this is
This is
that old
100%
school,
that.
it's that old school counterplay, man, where you had the one wing back come in motion, you would
Mhm.
fake it to him, the other one comes screaming down the line, you just hand it off to him and you go the other way. Except they're using a receiver and a tight end as a lead block instead of, everything in tight where you can't see it.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. It's cool.
And back in my day, the Glenbard West hitters lived on this stuff. So like I'm with you.
Oh yeah. I love this. Honestly, it's the one reason I will still go and watch high school football games is just to watch the double wing offense.
Yeah.
That's it.
This was with Benedet here. It's an interesting take on strategy from the defender. Kind of like it ends up fine, but like just Benedet just like I'll just pull you over then. I got a good laugh out of it, man. I really did.
Just work them.
And Wright
He's a big dude, man. He's like, whatever,
Mhm.
I'll sit on you.
Yeah. Wright just I think this is against Miller. Just kind of tosses Miller out the club on this. I think that's Von Miller.
I think Vaughn was backside.
Oh
Maybe
no,
I'm
you're
wrong,
right.
though.
That's not Von Miller. That's
I
64.
think that's Bobby.
Is that Bobby?
It might be 54. I think that is Bobby Wagner.
But either way, Wright just tosses him out the club. Like,
Oh yeah,
like,
this
get
is
outta here.
textbook too. This is textbook too from Darnell Wright. There's nobody in maybe better in the NFL other than like Penny Sewell type guys that can throw people out the club like this. Darnell Wright's really good at that. Yeah, that's a sick
Hey, there we
play.
go. MJ50 Glenbard West references. That's what we're here for, man. That's what we're here for. Chad Hetlet and the Glenbard West hitters, baby.
The triple option. God, option football. So just, I love it. I love it so much. I'm so happy that it's like so many concepts of it are starting to make a comeback.
Yeah.
Like what's old is new and new is old. And it's fucking cool, man. It's why you love football. Like, cause it's so good.
It's so good. There's no better way to put
good,
that.
man.
But yeah, just nice blocking all around here. I thought like, and to your reference about Wright and like Penny Sewell, there's a friend of mine who he's mentioned a few times. Like, I think Darnell Wright could be as good as Penny Sewell in the Ben Johnson offense, and I'm always like pumping the brakes, and I'm like, Penny Sewell is arguably
Like
the best run blocker at tackle in the NFL, and Darnell Wright is not in that conversation yet. But in this game, I said after this game, watching, I was like, Darnell Wright starts run blocking like this consistently, we're having that conversation. Because this game, he showed like he was so much more disciplined than he had been all season long, and like his NFL career, really, he was just much more clean, much more like on Johnny on the spot with his process out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, that's why this plays in here.
Yeah,
he goes out there and gets 2 for 1. It's wonderful.
It's 2 for 1, and you know what, Q? It already tastes like vinegar coming out of my mouth to even say this. After these first 5 games of Bears football in the Ben Johnson offense, I'm coming around on the halfback pitch.
Ooh.
Only because I like the way that Ben Johnson dresses it up.
Okay. Can you explain that?
I think the standard, because in like Madden, let's use Madden examples because everybody knows Madden. In Madden, right, a lot of times halfback pitch is ran out of like single back or you're running it probably out of 12 personnel, right? More often than not, 1 back, 2 tight end. But you have the 2 receivers are split out wide. The Ben Johnson offense, you've got to effectively here almost a double wing-esque look.
Yeah.
Right? You got 4 receivers, including 1 being a tight end, all in tight. And I think because now the NFL and in college and receivers are asked to block in the run game more than ever before, because of that and having those extra blockers and not relying on your running back to have to be an athlete and everything have to go correctly for the pitch to work. I think that's why I'm coming around on the pitch, because there's more guaranteed answers on blocks than there ever was before based on formations, usage, things like that of the pitch.
Yeah, that's a good take. And I mean, we're talking about we gotta take a look at the guys who really
job.
did some dirty work on this play, because I mean, Scott saying in the comments he's not sure about the Zacchaeus blocking down on defensive end. I mean, I'm not either. But you know what, man? If it works, it works. Like I'm not going to sit here and question it when it's working. I will question it when it's not working.
The reason these new offenses, like the Ben Johnson offense, the Shanahan, McVay, disciple offenses work is because you need receivers to block like this. They're only as good as the guys that are willing to block. Receivers have to be complete football players. They can't just be guys that catch the football anymore.
Yeah.
And that's why guys like Zacchaeus and Josh Reynolds and Tim Patrick continue to get jobs in the NFL, even as third receivers, because those guys can go out there and they're going to stick their head into somebody's chest and block them in open space. Those guys' careers now I think are going to get longer because they have that skill set.
Yeah. And then one other thing on this play that Jonah Jackson does a really nice job hitting the second level here and getting to the linebacker. And I think that's Wagner he gets to, which is outstanding. But the other one that just, again, it had me laughing a little watching it was Theo Benedet. Like, he doesn't get a real good piece of his guy, but there is no quitting this cat.
No, and that's
watch him run. Look at him run. Like he runs that guy 15 yards downfield before the guy is free.
Yeah, and that's kind of how like these guys are taught to run. Like it's either, if you can't hook them, right, you're supposed to throw them through the hole and out the club. But in this case, if you're enough of an athlete to run with him and stay on that inside shoulder and just pump, and you're constantly in his way, like this is a hard block. This is a nice one from Theo Benedet. Gets into his chest. He's got the angle now because he's got that shoulder just in front of him, right? He can dip and lean his weight. And now you've turned that D tackle and you guys are just running with each other.
And Ron, like in theory, this guy, if Benedet quit this and this guy's able to get right about here at the same time, Swift's getting there, like that's cutting 5 yards off the play. That's
100%.
That it does matter. Like it does add to the run because it flattens the guy more and more where it's like your angle's screwed now.
Yeah. Hell of a block. Great play.
So this one it's pretty simple. I mean, I just think they handled the free runner perfectly. Caleb is aware of it. And I just wanted to reiterate, I guess I always like to reiterate this on this show when we can. No one's supposed to block him.
Yeah.
The quarterback knows that no one's supposed to block him, and the ball needs to be out before he hits the quarterback because someone in this box is going to go unblocked, right? You got, 5 other guys there on 5 guys. So when it's 6 defenders on 5 blockers, there's going to be someone who is not accounted for that's on the quarterback when you're an empty like this.
Yeah, and this is also one of those instances where they purposely run the motion across to drag that DB with them because you kind of see him running before the ball snapped. That way you have a one-on-one on that side.
Right.
And that way all the quarterbacks doing, like you said, that receiver's hot. That's the term. He's hot. You know that ball's coming out. But again, always, if you're going to let pressure come free, let it come free where your quarterback can see it. And that's how they treat it as such. They see this. They say, hey, we're going to go 5 for 5, right? You got the D end. Unless that backer comes, he's the most dangerous. You have the most dangerous guy on that right side. He pops down, takes the most dangerous. They know they're letting the far guy free because there's more time. Caleb gets the ball out. This is perfect. Well done.
And I think on the broadcast, they were saying that it looked like Zacchaeus got hung up on the line of scrimmage here on press coverage, which might be why why the ball was off. If you're sitting there going like Caleb missed the throw, that's what they said on the broadcast. I don't think his feet are great here, but also when you're hot, your feet do tend to suffer.
Yeah, you just got to let it rip. I honestly don't think that's a bad throw at all.
Yeah, I like I said, I think Zacchaeus got hung up on the line of scrimmage and Caleb's thrown to a spot.
Yeah,
and it's like Zacchaeus didn't get to that spot because he couldn't get off the press. Was my understanding of what they said on the broadcast.
Yeah, they're 100% correct. And I'll tell you right now, Q, because if he gets off at the line and gets a free release and a clean release, look at all that green grass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they pulled that safety out with the motion. Like
that's why you're running the motion, Q. Yeah. Ben Johnson's got a reason for everything he does in every play, and that's why, because that's a big hitter. If it's that ball is right in the spot where he can catch and turn and go. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have to get behind him. It's in front of him. Catch and go. It's good coverage. Again, this just shows you how a millimeter here or a centimeter here or an inch here can completely change the outcome of a play. Zacchaeus gets off free, he might score there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's no one to really get in his way. Like he has the whole right sideline, right half of the field empty. Here's another toss for you.
I can smell that this toss isn't going to be as pretty.
It's not as pretty. I think it's pretty effective, though. I think.
Hell of a block by Rome.
Yeah, Rome cuts that off beautifully there. You have Dalman not quitting on the block after kind of getting beat a little, and like it makes a big difference here that he does not quit on the block.
Yeah, and it makes a big difference that those guys don't quit in general because, again, you want to keep running because you never know what you're going to open up backside.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happens here. The big wall of white with Benedet, Dalman, Jackson all getting to that next level. Swift, all he has to read, he sees white. I got grass here. I'm going to cut it back. Like that's perfect. And I know people could be like, well, Jonah Jackson could have made a bunch of this is not every play is going to score a touchdown. This is still really well executed.
When your offensive linemen are what 10 yards beyond the line of scrimmage, the rules kind of go away. It's like just hit somebody. Yeah. And you're not always going to hit the ideal guy at that point. But like I'm never going to knock a guy for missing someone 10 yards downfield. Like that's a
blow up color
game. Yeah.
Blow up color.
All right, so we got another play action pass right here.
Oh, Roshan Johnson sighting.
Oh, yeah. One of his like 3 snaps. Oh, what happened here? What happened here? There are a bunch of guys on the ground. Okay, let's rewind that and see.
You want to talk about a big pile of shit?
Oh, I think I remember what happened here.
Does Thuney get tripped?
Wet grass. Thuney gets the turf monster right here. And Thuney had a great game. We've highlighted like 2 of his 3 losing reps, but like Thuney played a very good game. It was just his 2 losing reps were like,
oh yeah, you see his foot come out. Yep, yeah. The turf monster got him.
Hey, how about Benedet cleaning up for him? Eggs has got his back.
Yeah, and on top of it, dude, like also partially Thuney not quitting on this, just like we said. Big piles of shit are a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they create a big pile of shit.
Dalman comes over and picks it up too. Like and it just like that. You end up with all four guys coming just in a pile of shit right here, which is nice.
I love it, man. I love big piles of shit. It's fine. It works. It does the job, man.
I love to see Darnell too. Just like this push. I love the like, oh, you're stunting? Okay, here, let me help you. Like just pushing you. Like I love it when guys do that, when they recognize the stunt and they just get that hand on that hip, like you said, or like, yeah, go for it.
Oh, this is the one that gets tipped by Luvo, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't want to see this
here.
Yeah, I didn't want to see this view. God, Rome's open from the start. Like Zacchaeus is dead from there up.
Yeah. Like, and he's stuck on it. He's stuck on OZ here. And also, Rome gets held like a motherfucker.
Yeah, he does. I think they let it.
It's probably
a
no call because Rome initiated it.
He initiated it, and it's not more than 5 yards downfield.
Oh, you're right. It's not.
So,
But so like Caleb should be off OZ already, and he's not.
I think he's only just getting to OZ there. I think whatever's out wide, he's stuck on.
And also he doesn't see Luvu. Like he just doesn't
No, he
expect him to
doesn't.
be there. And frankly, I watched because I had Monday off work and I was just like cleaning around the house and doing chores. I took some time to watch some of the Commanders' previous game against the Chargers, and Luvu lets a touchdown happen in this type of spacing in that game. Like his feet get stuck in cement. So it's a nice adjustment from Luvu to break on a football that a week ago he didn't break on.
Yeah, oh, that's tough.
Okay, let's see what we got going on this one. Oh, this is so one thing I've noticed with Theo, if edge rushers are allowed a runway to convert speed to power, it's not good for Theo. He has a really accessible anchor, but that length really becomes an issue when the edge rusher can get so horizontal like this.
Yeah,
that like they're going to destroy any length that he has from lunging,
and
it just turns into bad because so like it's on the like I guarantee you the Bears offense is finding ways to prevent edge rushers from getting that type of runway, but when they have that runway, it can get rough.
Yeah, this is like borderline goodbye Caleb's ACL. That's why I'm grimacing, because that's what you don't want to have. That's why you can't get just bowled over like that, man.
Yeah,
that's
Yeah, that's the main reason I have that one in here. Otherwise, I mean, I think they pick up a stunt pretty well. You see Thuney just directing traffic over here. Darnell Wright's locking up on the other side. Like all else looks good to me. It was just that I wanted to highlight the runway. When they get the runway against Theo, it can get a little rough.
Hell of a ball and catch by Loveland and Williams there too.
So MJ50 in the comments saying that Komet should have gotten a chip. I'm assuming this is on the left tackle side.
Oh, we're talking Loveland here?
He might mean Loveland there.
Yeah, they don't really have those guys chipping those wide nines. I've seen this a lot in the Shanahan offense and the Johnson offense. They like having the guys inside release because it simply forces the end to pause. Like it's a timing mechanism. I don't think they want him to chip. If they wanted him to chip, he would have been in a 3-point stance, or he would have been coming in motion or something, and they probably would have chipped him.
Yeah.
At least that's how I would have chipped him. I wouldn't have just chipped him clean here, because then you're just totally taking Loveland out of the play.
Yeah, because you need to get his outside shoulder, basically, too. And, like, that's a tough...
Yeah, chips are hard.
That completely changes the route if you're going for the guy's outside shoulder.
Plus, you got to think about it this way. In the old NFL, DNs and linebackers like that will line up inside the tight end. That's when the chip is okay. Yeah. Right? Because then you can chip, you can give, and then you can go. When he's outside of the
you don't want to widen
end,
the guy. You want to push him inside.
You want to, by the tight end releasing inside, it forces that backer end to pause more. And ideally, you're giving your left tackle time to get in the right positioning to make the block. But because of Benedet's lack of length, he gets bowled down. So it's kind of, again, it's
almost the impact of like, Benedet creates length by getting this lunge.
Yeah.
But when the defender is also at the same angle, it defeats his the advantage that he gained,
Right. Defeats that leverage. And Luvu's a motherfucker too.
Yeah, Luvu is he's an animal.
That dude, I remember when Carolina lost him, they were like genuinely upset.
Yeah.
But they lost him because he's that guy, man. He's sick.
Okay, this one I think Swift does a nice job here in pass pro, but I mean, so they scheme up a free runner here. Do you think like whatever that is, what 24, 20? He's probably not even in the protection, right? Like that's just you're going to blitz from 6 yards back, like you're going to bring your corner too.
Yeah, they're
trying to cover that spot, like is kind of what you're gambling on.
Yeah, I think too. It's just it takes two, and again, sometimes they're going to win, man. I think in perfect world, you would hope this ball gets out.
Do you see Loveland chipping to widen the edge here? Exactly against what I was just saying. I guess he doesn't
Yeah, but
actually chip. He just slows them, but
he really doesn't even necessarily chip him. But again, he's able to do so here just because he's kind of the check down on that side of the play. Whereas in the last route concept, like he's trying to get out there, like they want him on that route. It's again, not every play has a built-in chip, or not every play has this. Like it's intricate, man. It's intricate, nauseating amount of detail.
then otherwise, I mean, I think Wright was rough on this rep as well. The interior is beautiful. Like, I mean, you got Thuney and Dalman getting one guy, they should handle it well. Wright doesn't recognize the stunt. He's too eager to get out wide because that guy is coming very wide. Like, I get it, but the stunt's already on him and he hasn't noticed yet.
Yeah. Did we get a greased up deaf guy sighting? I think this is one of those. Right?
We briefly, but it doesn't end in beautiful fashion.
No.
This is the one where he takes the hit on the sideline.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this one was bad.
And then he's trying to get the flag out of it, which, hey, I'm for. Go for it.
I don't know. I don't want him taking those kind of hits.
Oh no, I mean like after the hit. Like
sure.
Try to get it. Like try to
get it. Yeah. Afterwards, sell it, but yeah, try not to take it in the first place. Just throw it away at that point. Like just throw it 40 yards over Rome's head.
Yeah. Well, so on that one, there was something with that where like I want to say this was towards the end of half or something. Like there was a reason to keep the clock running. Like you notice Caleb doesn't just step out of bounds. He tries to step back. Like he's like, I need to go backwards out of bounds to keep the clock running. I think that was actually on his mind.
Oh, maybe.
Because if your forward progress stops and you go out of bounds the wrong way, like that's where the clock will keep running. If you're considered run tackle out of bounds.
Yeah, you're considered tackle inbounds. Is
the term. Yeah. So like I thought there was something to that where like they wanted to keep the clock moving to cut it down on Washington there.
Yeah. Good old I form.
Because I think that was third down. It was like you're punting anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this one.
Zoinks.
Is it normal or what? Because Caleb's running for his life on this bootleg, right?
Yeah.
And that's not ideal. So like they get Komet trying to cut block here. I think Darnell Wright lets his guy is a little too like laissez-faire with his guy. Like he's too much like, okay, well, we'll just let you go then. Again, Wright had an outstanding game, but like that was not one of his fine reps in my mind. And like, so that was how I read this, is like, that's why it got so aggressive so fast on Caleb. But like, what are you seeing here?
I think there's also just some numbers game involved too. I think you're hoping that the action and that heavy action maybe draws a couple of guys more flat who try to make the play backside. Obviously, if Smythe gets maybe more of a piece of that guy too, he might get 2 for 1.
I'm sorry, I said Komet. That's Smythe. Good call.
I think this is just they're hoping for more guys to flow, and they don't. I think that's just good read and react. They weren't fooled. They stayed home on the backside, and they took away. And I mean, shit, man, the fact that Caleb gets this ball off the way he does is still impressive. But
it was a bullet, but like it's not really a catchable ball either.
No,
and it's like I can't even knock him on that throw because it's like you're running for your life right there.
You're running for your life, and it's just another rep won by the defense. They're hoping that hard boot or that hard action brings the defense, and the backside guys were very disciplined and stayed home and disrupted the play. They won the
Dan Quinn's and Scott saying in the comments, the tight end makes that block, that it clogs the extra defenders, which I like. If he does get a better spot on the cut, I think you're right. But like MJ says, watched him play good D all night. Nothing was easy. Credit to Dan Quinn and his guys. Like this is a well coached unit. I was impressed with it.
Thanks. Yeah, they're a good football team. Again, I don't think they're 2-3 record or whatever they have now. 3-3, 2-4. I don't know what they are, but I don't think that's indicative of how good this team is. I don't know what their standings are. I've been bad about following standings so far, man. If it ain't the Bears, I don't care.
I'm with you, man. Oh,
Oh,
this
yes.
is the beautiful one. This is
Yeah,
this
pulling
is
Dalman out.
like this is extremely difficult from Dalman to be able to just pivot like that and find the guy and then find him in space.
Yeah.
Like I was very impressed by this. And this one I tweeted this play out going like that footwork's crazy though, because like Caleb's feet are this is how it was explained to me. That on this read, the throw that he makes is really just an alert. But that's not where he doesn't alert. Like he's not, Caleb doesn't feel alerted to this right off the snap or right when he gets his eyes around. When he gets his eyes around, he's got like DJ running like a dig and then Burden running, I think underneath him, like a crossing route there.
Yeah, it's a dagger.
Yeah,
route.
dagger. I'm awful with route names. Like I just make them up as I go sometimes. But so DJ is really the read here.
Yep.
And Burden is the alert. So Caleb is stuck on DJ is the way this was explained to me. And then as he's thinking about throwing, he's like, "Oh wait, I have the alert." And he adjusts and says, "Okay." And you can kind of see his helmet shift here. Okay, well, I'm throwing to that spot now, but his foot is still going to DJ.
Yeah, I mean, this is the crazy arm talent of Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Being able to do what he's doing here.
So when I tweeted that, someone commented, the center or the quarterback? So I didn't even think about the center yet. I was like, God dang, that was nice
Both,
movement
yeah.
from Dalman.
I'll tell you what, I don't like personally the term alert because typically an alert is like a line of scrimmage check. So like, hey, the wide side receiver is alert if it's man to run a go and you got the one-on-one.
Okay.
Like that's what I would consider an alert. It's just he's the second piece of the read. This is a long developing route. Like this is the cover 3 beater in Madden. Is this exact play where you have the receiver in tight. He's running kind of an under to the backside. You can also run it with him on the same side and have him running under, and it's levels. Yeah. And then you got the deep dig, and then you've got the deep dag or deep post over the top of it. And yeah, I think he's on DJ because DJ's his first read. Actually, I think that's DJ stumbling out of the chaos. So maybe it's Rome that's running the
it
dig.
Must have been Rome then.
But he's probably he's on Rome, and all of a sudden he sees the green grass that Burden's running to and says, "Oh shit, I can lead him," and then just yeets it. And yeah, this is a hell of a throw.
Yeah, gorgeous. And it is an O-line show after all. Aside from Dalman,
good pro.
I mean, Darnell Wright and Cole Kmet just combined to. I'm not sure if this is Von Miller, another defender, but like just combined to destroy his life.
Another Durham Smythe.
Or, I'm sorry, Smythe. One of these
Durham
days.
Smythe, baby. Smythe. Durham Smythe's going to have a job in Chicago as long as Ben Johnson's head coach because of their boys dating back to the Miami days.
Yeah. And I would assume that typically we've seen Darnell Wright just land on guys in this situation. I would assume he's protecting his arm some as like, I'm not just going to drop on this bad arm. So I'm going to run up and make sure he can't like get up and ruin this, but like just outstanding rep there. I think good one from Jackson too, who ends up in some awkward position here, but like, I don't think it was an easy block necessarily either. And he's held up that long. I'm looking at not Jackson. I'm looking at Eggs at Benedet there.
Yeah, this is a beautiful play all around, man.
Yeah. They crush it on this one.
It's so good.
All right, let's see what we got here. Another pass play, another one. Wright is he's just locking him up, man.
Just doesn't
you ain't going nowhere. He's like Macho Man and Spider-Man. Like,
yeah, he's even turning. He's turning his head. He's like, "Caleb, have you thrown the ball yet?" And I got him. Like, yeah, this is just pretty. I mean, this is. Hey, you're betting that your front four are going to get there. And you're going to run a little bit of a TT stunt, and the TT stunt don't work, and everybody locks it down, and it's just It's a work of art, man.
Nice job from Eggs too. This is a good example of what we were saying with his lunging being how he wins in pass pro. Because like, I mean, that is an extreme angle right there.
It really
like
is.
He is almost folded in half.
He's super. I don't know what it is with the Bears and finding like unorthodox tackles that can win, but like between him and Darnell Wright, man, just some of the weird shit they do to execute blocks is just like, that's not natural. Like, that's not normal.
I forgot this is one where Caleb kind of spazzes a little. I'm not sure what was open. I
don't think anything's open.
Zone view or
you
the overhead, but
I mean, you got three of the 4 guys out on the route, or 3 of the 5 guys out on the route right here. None of them are open. Like, just nothing's open.
So this one is an example of a coverage sack, because like this sack, like obviously the guys who get the sack were blocked by someone before they got the sack.
Oh yeah.
But this sack does not fall on any blocker in my mind. Like it can't. They held up for 5 seconds. Like that coverage is outstanding protection.
Yeah, coverage did their job, man. The fact that they kept the ball this long, that should have been. But
yeah, it could have been. And then I think we're getting into the meat of some of the runs here.
This is a hell of a rep from Jonah Jackson and Drew Dalman.
Yeah, this is one of those combos that I was saying, like where they are getting really clean on these, and it's really exciting to me.
So good, dude. Oh, zone blocking combos executed like that is just it's so pretty.
Yeah, and we're going a little faster now because we are pushing up on time. So,
CQ, you're always concerned we're not going to have enough to talk about. We always find.
I know. Oh, this is one of those screens.
Yeah. This is the Monongai screen. This is the one I was thinking about earlier.
How did Thuney end up all the way over there? So Thuney's pulling out on this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, man, that's sicko.
It is sicko because they're trying to sell a reverse to Zacchaeus here.
And this is the stuff that Luke Getsy would try, and it would never hit. Nope. Like, and it was like, man, the concept is good, but it just seems too cute because you guys can't execute it. They're executing this stuff under Johnson like that, which means they're actually practicing it a lot and figuring it out. And also have Joe Thuney, who can do really ridiculous things.
Well, Dalman's the same way. I mean, Dalman's a great screen player. Like him and even Jackson, for being a really big guy, is pretty good on screens.
Mm-hmm. Jackson's got really good straight line speed.
Yeah,
he can't stop, and he can't move laterally. But
that's okay. I don't need him.
You get him just sidestepping out, and then in a straight line, he's really good.
This could have been a touchdown.
I know.
Cole Kmet just overruns it. But again, it's hard. It's downfield. But Cole Kmet, if Cole Kmet
trying to seal off to the sideline, right? Like clearly, this offense wants you to seal to the sideline. That's something I feel like we've seen consistently.
Yeah, get to the outside. That's the idea. Get to the outside, and you speed and in space, and you're gonna have a lot of big plays.
Yeah. So this is the bad snap, and I want to get your thoughts on this.
Quarterback's got to catch it.
Well, he does. I agree with that. And that's one, that's a great thing to get the thoughts on. Because I was like, snap needs to be better. Quarterback needs to catch it. Both are true.
Yes, both can be true.
But
I agree.
Every single offensive lineman loses his rep here. Do you think that's because the defenders see the bad snap and adjust what they're doing? Or like,
no.
It's odd that every single guy lost really badly to me.
I bet you it's on a silent count. It's on the center.
So, you think this was it was snapped early? Like it wasn't supposed to be snapped yet then?
No, not that I don't think it's supposed to be snapped, but it's on the center. When it's on the center's timing and not on a clap or on a cadence or on a word, the center gets to pick when to snap the football. Naturally, there's going to be a slight delay. This play is designed to make your center win. So I think the reason they used it here, because this was the 3rd and 2?
Yeah, something like that.
So to me, what this is supposed to be, Zacchaeus is coming and stealing the edge. Komet's coming up and through. They're trying to attack the A gap. And because if Drew Dalman gets a half a second head start, he could get the block. And then because of that, everybody else just needs stalemates. I think just the snap going awry fucks the timing, and then
Okay, so like
nothing
Thuney
goes right.
is just saying, I just need to get this guy out this way, and that's it.
Just need to get a piece.
Okay. Because yeah,
Yeah,
I was perplexed by this, but I ended up giving everyone a fine except for Dalman, who I knocked for the snap, because I was
Yeah.
like, I feel like I can't. If everyone is losing like this, I must be missing something.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they're trying to run Roshan right up the hash, man. This is pretty typical run the hash kind of stuff, man.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah, it just the play gets fucked because of the snap timing, and it's on the center. And I bet you, like, Caleb maybe took his eye off it for a second or saw somebody move, and that's the risk you run with it being on the center.
Jaden Daniels did it 5 minutes later.
Yeah, 100%.
But Troy Aikman won't tell you about that.
Yeah.
This one was a breakdown somewhere. This was like 2nd and 10. I think it was, or maybe this was 1st and 10. But way backed up here, and Munungai just gets stuffed. And let's see what kind of happens here. I feel like the defense just makes a mess up the middle. You get Bobby Wagner spiking in there, and Jackson is, shoulder pads way turned and not ready to grab him at all. But and this was another one where I wondered about end man line of scrimmage creating issues with Luvu out there not actually being in a position for Komet to get him. And that means, to me, 52 should be the end man line of scrimmage, but no one's prepared for that.
Yeah, I think this is one of those instances where a lot of guys end up occupying gaps in a way that just simply disrupts the flow of the play. I mean, that's really what it looks like here.
Okay.
Because then Bobby Wagner's able to, again, when they widen out Luvu like that, this is that front again.
Yeah.
We just want to get our middle linebacker free so he can run and make a tackle in the gap. And that's exactly what happens. That's what this is. It's that kind of that Campbell look.
Okay. That makes sense. I was thinking that early one. It was like, I feel like this is the same problem, but it's just a little different looking.
Exactly. Same shape, different color.
Yeah. And then we get gorgeous block here from Darnell Wright on Frankie Luvu, and gorgeous block from, really the entire center over to right tackle, and probably even, I'm not sure if Zacchaeus goes and gets the safety or not, but
tries to.
I just thought Wright hitting that guy that deep in space, and getting him, just throwing him basically 10 yards behind where he starts. Huge.
Spectacular.
And you get someone tripping him up there too at the end, which is nice. And I think this is the last one. This is the all-star block. This is the block of the year right here from Darnell Wright.
It really is, dude. This is
this is not how this is drawn up.
No.
This is just Darnell Wright. Big time players make big time plays. That's what this is.
Yeah, because Zacchaeus is supposed to come down and seal 52 and let Darnell Wright pull outside of him. This is like a pin and pull with the wide receiver and the tackle. And just 52 is a big dude. And he swims Zacchaeus, beats him in over the top here on the block, and he comes free. And Darnell Wright just freakishly athletic, sees it.
It's just I can do that.
And just stiff arms the guy.
You need some help, OZ? I got you. Oh, and I'm still going to go get my assignment too. Don't worry. I got it. I'm Darnell Wright. That's what I do. It gets away with a little bit of hold, but that's what we love Darnell Wright. He's really good at getting away with that.
Yeah, because he doesn't hang on either for a long period of time is why he probably
look at how quick he lets go is the real
that wasn't me, sorry.
Yeah. It's I barely touched him. barely touched him, which is, hey, I'm not knocking it. That
No.
is football. Like
That is football. That is football, man. Holds happen on every play. It's just the
Yeah.
egregious ones are the ones that get caught.
Like this is after what like this play reminded me of I think it was 2 years ago. The Tampa Bay Bucks went to Detroit. And Detroit won a very close game in the playoffs in like the wild card round.
Yep. I recall.
And I watched every offensive snap to watch Penny Sewell. And Penny Sewell willed that team to victory in the fourth quarter. Like Penny Sewell just said, "We are running the football behind me. Anyone who wants to jump on, just get behind me." And that's what this play felt like from Wright. Like that, it felt like I am different and I'm out here to be different.
Yeah, it's like the scene from The Blind Side. Run gap. Okay.
Yeah. Just outstanding. That's not to belittle what anyone else did on the play. It's just like this is Darnell Wright's time to shine on this play.
Yeah, and
like
this is just
he deserves all the credit on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is just a well block play, man.
Yeah.
And that's how you win football games, Q.
Yeah. Yeah. But Ron, any final thoughts on the O-line before we close this thing out?
Dude, they're getting better and better by the week. They're so fun to watch. It's so cool seeing like an actually good offensive line in Bears colors. I think that's the thing that has just been so frustrating for so long was just how just inept the offensive line felt for many years.
And like not even just from a pure talent standpoint, from a coaching standpoint, from a plan standpoint and a developmental standpoint.
The coaching standpoint, especially, dude. I feel like you and I have sat out here on the last 2 years of these shows and just roasted the coach. Like I was always like, I hate that grapple technique shit. I think it's the dumbest thing ever. Why are we grappling guys and giving them our chest? Like that's dumb. And you're seeing such a difference in just the way they're coached and how much further along some guys like Benedet have come and guys like
Right. We saw Wright's develop. Like Wright developed more apparently since injuring his elbow than we've really seen in his years as a Bear. Like he just got, and he's developed in pass protection, but in the run game, he really hadn't developed from his rookie year very much. And like this game might be one of the best run blocking games he's ever put out there.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly, man. This was a treat. This was a treat to watch. This was a good one, man. It's so nice to watch it in full motion too, because then you really appreciate how quickly they're making these decisions and like the movement. And I'll tell you what, this is how I want to watch football. Amazon Prime has a view like this on Thursday Night Football now.
Love it. I love Prime Vision. I wanted Amazon to get the NFL bid so badly just so we'd get Prime Vision on every game.
This
happen.
This is the only way I would watch football.
Yeah.
The only way I would watch football.
Yeah, I've talked about this. This is one of my favorite talking points at like parties and like around people who I like don't know that well, but I know they're football fans.
I love that.
Like, I think part of the NFL's success is rooted in the mystery of it, because it's the only sport on earth where you can only see some of the players on the field.
Yeah,
like soccer, maybe the goalie on the other side, but like every sport. And like baseball when the pitcher's pitching, but like there's not as much action happening away from the action in those sports. Whereas football, there's action anywhere a player is, and you cannot see that action on the broadcast view, which makes it a very mysterious thing to watch. You don't know what's about to happen when that camera turns. Yeah. And like I think part of the NFL's like strategy is keeping it that way, because I think it's good for their views and it's good for like they don't want you to necessarily know what just happened, because it makes it that much more, the aura around it gets bigger, right?
Yeah, I think that's interesting. I also think too, though, like I enjoy watching football more when I know what's happening.
Oh, me too. I mean, that's why we're sickos sitting here watching the all 22, right?
But I think for so many other people, it's funny, Hugh. I don't know if you knew this. I had a conversation with our great Mr. Tony Marchese. We talked about gap responsibility on defense.
Yeah.
And he was like, I can't watch football the same way anymore. I'm like, I know. Isn't it great? When you understand you don't even have to understand the super intricacies of it, but just the understanding of like, that a defense has a gap responsibility in the front seven and understanding what that means, and understanding what stunts are and what they're designed to do, what pass protection is designed to do. You don't have to understand the techniques and things like that of it, but as long as you understand a little bit of that, I think it turns up the enjoyment of football that much more. I really do. And I think it's why, going to games is part of the fun. I think it's why, like, going to hockey games, I've always associated hockey like that too, where even if it's just the guys going for a change, you see how things away from the puck can set up. Football is the exact same way, man. It's awesome, dude. It's such a great sport.
Well, Ron, until next week, why don't we close this thing out with a good old bear down, and we will wait for Sunday when the Bears play the Saints.
Bear down, baby. The Hogs are back.
Bear down. And make sure to go check out Four Feathers Podcast, where you will find Ron and Tony and who else is on the show?
And Steve.
Steve. Okay.
Boy.
Yeah. Their podcast is everywhere you can find Bears on Tap, and over at ontapsportsnet.com you can find all the writing, all the articles about the Blackhawks and the Bears. So
hell yeah.
Make sure you check that out. Thank you guys for listening, watching, hanging in there with us, and we'll talk to you later.